Cogs have turned. I can start. Hello, Nick.
Good afternoon. This is all going
Right.
remarkably smoothly.
It's going swimmingly. Right. Okay. Now, I need to go over here. He said, yeah, and wait for the signal to come through. And it's come through. So I'm pressing the button. And
Ooh.
Nick, you should go live now. Okay. And I'm going into my iPad, preview, and I can go live on my iPad.
Oh, mine's not coming through yet.
Oh, it's coming through from one stream. It's not coming through.
Oh, right. No,
Yeah, it should be there shortly.
Hold the phone, I said.
Yeah, it says live, Nick.
Yeah, it's live. There we go.
All right. Okay, we made it with 5 seconds to spare.
That is impressive.
That's what timing is. Right. Hello, everybody, and thank you for watching on Facebook and YouTube. If you make any comments, we'll show them on screen. We're going live on Amazon Live. We're live on my page, and we're live on Nick's page. Nick, hello.
Welcome, Stephen. It's an exciting day for us in the UK because, as we were just chatting off air, we've got a new. Well, I don't think there's a new one yet, but by tomorrow, we've got a new Prime Minister. Oh, the nation is celebrating, and there's
everybody was celebrating tonight. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure people will be out. There'll be street parties throughout the UK.
There will. Oh, it's totally underwhelming, but we'll take anything to have a celebration.
Well, I mean, let's start. The election's gone on for so long, hasn't it?
Oh, it has.
That 6 weeks.
It was crazy. What a waste of a summer. Oh well.
Indeed,
at least it's all over now.
It is. It is for at least 2 years. Now, we don't normally touch politics because we're Lib Dems, but on this occasion, yeah, we live in interesting times, and who knows what's going to happen in the next 2 years. She's got a predicament, which is a beautiful word, which means that there's a bit of a problem.
Yes. I've got to admit, it's not a job I would ever volunteer for. I've got to admit, I think you'd have to be slightly insane to even want to do it. But
yeah,
God bless them. At least some people want to do it, so can't be too harsh on them, I guess. But
no,
that's okay. We got bigger fish to fry.
We have, if I can find it. Just a second. I presume you're talking about the movie trivia quiz.
Well, I'm not one to drop names or anything like that, but that's what I was hankering for. But while you're doing that, so I can tell everyone about my lovely trip. I've been up to the north of England last week. I don't normally go north, but oh my goodness, I had a great road trip. Went up one side of the country, crossed over the mountainous Pennines to the other side, and then came all the way back down to the safety of the south on Saturday. It was good. I really enjoyed it. Had some amazing experiences. I went round a Digley Reservoir. That was good. Went down some very, very steep and narrow roads, thanks to SatNav. It's always worthwhile. I think if you're going to use your SatNav, go check out a map first of all, or actually put in it, avoid dodgy roads, because I've got to admit, a few of them were making me twitch a little bit. It was like, whoa, this is a little bit tight and steep, but the SatNav doesn't know. But not to worry, it's a beautiful part of the country up in the north of England. If you ever get a chance to go, I thoroughly recommend it. Oh, got a bit of an echo there.
Okay, should be okay now.
Is it okay now?
Hopefully. Yeah. Basically, I've got a program loading, so it's just thinking about it at the moment. I'm going to close down Amazon Live because we know that we're live. Oh, wait a minute. For the next half an hour or so, it's my duty to actually watch out for an Amazon package arriving. Because Angelica's teaching at the moment, so I've got the duty of actually listening out for it. So if there's a ring at the door, then I've got to go and take delivery of the package. because long story short, last time we ordered this item, the package never arrived. It just didn't turn up.
Oh, wow.
It went somewhere else. It only seems to happen with Fitbits.
Oh,
People sense there's a Fitbit in the package, and yeah, I'm only guessing, but
it had probably gone for a run around the block.
Yeah. So just a minute. That's not working as expected. If everything goes correctly, then that's not the share screen I want. Just a minute. Let's try again, shall we?
Yeah, I've definitely got an echo.
Okay, that's probably why I had a bit of slowness, a bit of jitteriness there, because it shared the wrong tab. It should be sharing a static tab, not a moving tab. So let's come back.
Yeah, because my echo's gone now.
Good.
That was good.
I can sense where that came from as well, because I shared the wrong screen. These things happen. I shared the wrong screen, and I shared the screen with you and I on it, which is why you got the echo, because I was playing the same thing twice.
There you go.
Right. Okay, now we need to pick a topic, and I'm going to put it full screen to start with. That's probably the best way. So we go full screen. We're doing the movie quiz, 10 questions, multiple choice. If you're watching on Amazon Live, I'd like to say thank you. And if you know the answer to any of the questions, please help. Last week we got 7 out of 10. We like to try and get 10 out of 10. So let's go for it. Which category? Sorry?
Should we go? Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think we've done a Disney one. Should we go Disney?
Okay, Disney it is. And Disney and Pixar characters?
Okay. Anyone you like.
I'll go with the first one, then we know we're working our way through. So Disney and Pixar have introduced us to so many well-known movie characters. Can you match the characters and the movies in this Disney and Pixar movie quiz? I want to say thank you to Trivia Plaza for actually giving us permission to actually use this quiz in our live broadcast. And we're going to press play. Question number 1. This is a character from which Disney movie? The character is Wendy Darling. Was it Toy Story, Peter Pan, Wally, or is that Wally or Wally, and Bambi? I've got to admit, it's been a few years since I've seen any Disney films.
Have I thrown us under the bus? I think it's pronounced Wally, but I could be wrong.
Wally, right? Okay, well I'll try and get that right from now on. Okay, now basically what we're going to do is going to show 10 different products during the course of this live broadcast. If you've got any questions about what's in the carousel or about live broadcasting in general, you can ask Nick or I whilst we're live. And it's my turn to go and grab a cup of coffee while Nick talks about first product today.
Cool. And the first product today is now you might actually first of all say hello to Corinda. Hope you're feeling better. My first product today is sitting across my just under my chin, and it is the Purple Panda microphone kit, and it's a lovely microphone, Purple Panda, and it is really good. Now the reason I got it was because I wanted to couple of things. I wanted it to use it with my iPhone 12, sorry, but also I got the GoPro, and of course I've got the Hero 4 whilst I await the Hero 10 to manifest itself from my wish list. And one of the things, if you've ever had a GoPro before, up until about the 7 or 8, the sound quality wasn't really very good. So, and you really couldn't do anything without a mic. And so I'd never actually used it with the microphone on the 4. So this is why I got this Purple Panda kit, because it's got that very attachment. Now, I did have it to hand a minute ago. Where's it gone? Oh, it's here somewhere. Yeah. Oh, well, what can I say? I'll just have to explain it. It's got I think it's got like a 20-foot lead. And it's got a couple of attachments. It's got the attachment which will pop it into, and it's so frustrating. What's that? Here we go. So here's the extension lead. I knew I'd had it on my desktop somewhere. And this is a clever little extension that actually allows it to be put into the GoPro Hero, and the result was absolutely brilliant. Now, when I said earlier on, I've been up to the north, and I actually used this on. I walked around something called Digley Reservoir, which is a reservoir in the north of England. It was mighty windy, and this absolutely did the trick. I tested it without anything, then I put it on. It also comes with what do we call it? A dead cat. Again, I can't find it. Oh, crazy. Which is basically the big fluffy thing. It's probably going to be in here somewhere. Let me show you. Extra clip, and it just clips onto your. As you can see, it just clips on. There you go. This is a dead cat. So this is a windproofing little microphone cover that we just pop on. So it's just got the standard one at the moment. Then this is like little windproofing one for if you're out and about. Did a fantastic job, I have to say. And I did a recording so that one time during the week I shall play that recording so you can actually hear it. But why do we have these lapel mics? Now, as you know, I normally have my Blue Yeti, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to see what the audio would be like, and I wanted to actually go out and about and do a bit more live streaming. As you know, we've got the Mevo, I'll come to that later, and that's got a built-in mic, but I wanted a lapel mic, because if you're going to be broadcasting outside, then your audio becomes critical, because you really want the best audio you can get, and you really do want a little lapel mic that can pick up your voice, and you don't have all that surrounding noise. So it's a great thing. I know, Stephen, you've used it. You recorded a lot of your courses
on Udemy. Of course, on Udemy, the lapel microphone is ideal.
Yeah, and so it's perfect. It's a great one. I say I've got a couple of Mevo lapel mics. This one I just really like the look of. You know, it is a bargain. Actually, it's for $33 or $34, just under $34. It's great. Hopefully you can tell the sound quality is excellent. Normally I say I've got the Yeti and crisp, but today I'm giving it a full-on test in my office. That's the Purple Panda, and it's called Purple Panda. Why wouldn't you buy it, for goodness sake? You know, just don't buy anything boring. Get a Purple Panda.
Anything purple. You know, if it's coloured purple, because we got a vacuum cleaner from Amazon, which arrived on Friday, and which we tested out over the weekend. And guess what colour it is?
Purple.
It's purple. We've got a purple vacuum cleaner. It's not it's a Vax, VAX, but it's actually purple. It's the colour purple, which is the title of a movie, which I don't think that was a Disney movie. Anyway, back to question. No. And the question is, Wendy Darling is the character. Which Disney film was Wendy Darling in? Toy Story, Peter Pan, Wall-E, and Bambi are the options. If you know the answer, then please type it in the comments on Amazon Live or on Facebook or on YouTube.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, then.
Corinda's just asking me a question. How long is the cable? I'm just double checking, Corinda. I think it is 20 foot with the extension. But typically, you know, I just can't find it when I'm busy looking for it.
Okay. Well, whilst you're looking, I'll say hello to Barry. And Barry's saying hello, Stephen and Nick. Barry's good friend in Sarnia in Ontario. And thank you for joining us, Barry. Live.
Yes, just to answer the question, Corinda. Yeah, it's got a 4'9" microphone cable, and then the extension is 9'8". So you're looking at just under 15 foot, which is quite long, I think, because that's one of the things I was looking at. I did toy with the idea of getting a wireless one, but
well, I've looked at wireless, and you're talking £165 upwards, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a chunky bit of money.
Yeah, to get something decent, because you actually look at the other lapel microphones and you think, or the other wireless microphones, and you look at the price and you think good price. And then you look at the reviews and you think no. I mean, there was one that was reviewed, and I'm not going to name it, obviously, but one of the reviewers said, brilliant microphone apart from the quality of the sound. which, leads you to think. And then somebody else joined in and said exactly the same thing. So
I know, and I've got it in the past. I've actually just plugged the lapel mic into my iPhone and had that recording the audio whilst I've been videoing with something else, and that was I had to have the phone in my pocket. The mic was on. All good. Just remember, if you ever do that, to remember to turn it off if you go to the toilet. Otherwise, you'll have a recording of you.
Wise advice. Okay. Do we have an inkling about question 1?
Well, I actually do know the answer, but not because I've ever seen the film. It's just
nobody admits to actually watching the film.
It's only because I read the book. So I think.
So we're going to go with?
Same as Barry, going with Peter Pan. That was
Peter
Wendy,
Pan.
His bird.
Okay. Over to you, Nick.
Okay. Oh, so this is a character from a Disney movie. Mowgli. Is that a character from The Jungle Book, A Bug's Life, Toy Story, or The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Jungle Book, A Bug's Life, Toy Story, or The Hunchback of Notre Dame. If you know the answer, please do pop it in the comments whenever you're watching. And while you're thinking it, ruminating over the answer, here's Stephen with the next amazing product.
Indeed. And down in the carousel now is the Logitech Brio. And we're going to do an experimental feature at the moment. Nick, I'm just going to turn your camera off for a second.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to share screen with this. And hopefully, if I take myself off full screen, oh, we don't need the card. I can do without the quiz as well. So I'm going to hide the quiz for a moment. Just remind me to bring it back, Nick. Oh, that's not right either. Just a minute. Patience. I want to hide that and put this side by side. Okay. So we are talking about Logitech Brio camera. And the thing is that I'm actually using Logitech Brio camera. It's down in the carousel and it's on discount today. It's $134.19 and it's 11% off. So you get a saving if you click the link in the carousel. Now, talking about the Logitech Brio, first of all, you're watching it. Okay, now I'm broadcasting to you in 720p, which is DVD quality. And that's Amazon said we can only go in 720p. All good. So DVD quality, then 1080p is high definition, and that's even better quality than DVDs. And then 4K is up through the roof. Now, I got this camera, I've had it for 2 years, and it sits on top of my BenQ monitor, which is down in the carousel, and I haven't moved it. It's just sat there, it just works. Switch it on, and it works. So no problems with reliability. It's worked every time I've asked it to. And as Nick will affirm, I'm actually live most days, apart from the weekend.
You are.
I am. See, there you are. I'm live so often, it's not true. And I'm live with a Logitech Brio camera. But I got it because it's a 4K camera. And I wanted to know what all the fuss is about. Why is 4K special? Well, I can tell you 4K is special because the quality of the video is night and day to 720 and 1080. It is just incredible. Now, basically, as the numbers go up, 720, 1080, 4K, the number of pixels being transmitted over the internet goes up too. And that means the picture is clearer and crisper. And if you get this camera, then you can test it and you can go live straight to YouTube straight away out of the box. Basically get OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster, add your camera, which of course is the Brio, set your destination to YouTube, change the resolution to 4K, and you can broadcast in 4K to YouTube. And what's more, people can watch the replay in 4K. Thank you for the comments. We'll get to the comments shortly. People can watch the replay in 4K, and it's all about the quality of the video. Now, being a 4K ready camera means that you're ahead of the game. I've just said you practically can use it out the box. But looking forward, we are going to be able to stream in 4K over the internet one day when we've all got fast fiber. So the main features are, if I put this that way around, then you can actually see it. Okay, the camera is released on February 7th, 2017. Now, please do excuse any typos. This is the first release of a card, and I can't spell released. Never mind. You didn't spot it, did you? It's Ultra 4K HD video, so it can do 4K, 1080 and 720. It's got high definition light auto correction. Now, the first thing I need to do, obviously, is I haven't done it yet because it's 4:20 here in the UK. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there and I'm going to switch the light on. Okay, so this is the light on. If I switch the light off again, hopefully you'll notice the difference. I've gone darker, and the camera, which is up above me, is actually compensating for that. Okay, high definition, auto correction, and on the Logitech Brio, it's called Right Light. Now, noise cancelling microphones. There are twin microphones on, so it's not just a camera, you've got two external microphones as well, and they've got noise cancelling. Now, this is important. It's been pretty hot in the UK for the last 6 weeks. We reached 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and we don't have aircon, and we're still here. So it proves that we can live through it, but only if we have to. We don't do heat. But the thing about that is that my neighbour had his windows open, and I had my windows open because that was the only way to keep cool. And the thing was that my neighbour is actually installing a new bathroom. So there was drilling, there was banging, there was installation things going on, and they were coming straight into my office. I heard every single noise. But because I'm using a noise cancelling microphone, I was able to go live every day and nobody heard a thing. Practically, if you have a dog and the dog barks and you're live on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, if you have a noise cancelling microphone, only you will hear the dog. It won't interrupt your broadcast. So noise cancellation is important. Basically, the Brio has a wide field of view. It's got a 90-degree field of view, okay? An arc around that 90 degrees, and it can go 90, 78, or 65, and I'm going to demonstrate that in a moment. It's got versatile mounting options. You can mount the Brio on top of your monitor, simple and straightforward, or you can mount it on a tripod. And if I go here, just a minute, let's go here. Not there, just a minute. You've got me, but that's not the picture I intended. We'll actually, during the course of this broadcast, we'll actually get our act together, or more to the point, I will. So if I go here, this is where I wanted to go, to the desktop. You can mount the Brio on a tripod. Simple as that. In the base, you've got a thread. You screw the tripod into the thread, and that means that you can move the camera about. It also means that you can set the camera to be at eye level, which is important because when we're broadcasting live, what we want to do and what we should do is look at the camera, because if we look at the camera, it's the same as looking at you. So versatile mounting either on a monitor, which can be a PC or Mac, or on an external monitor. Right. Okay. Now, if you get a new camera, there is software which actually goes with the camera, which I'm just about to load. It shows how well prepared I was for this session. I'm so excited about my new package arriving from Amazon shortly. So that's basically what I'm saying. I've got a package coming from Amazon, and I'm waiting for it to arrive. And the software is loading, and as it's loaded, it's changed my color and changed it back again. Right. Ooh. You think that I am sat in front of a brick wall on the Logitech Brio, but I'm not, because I've got the software, which is Logitech Capture, which means that I've been able to go from, well, I'll show you. I'm going to click 1, 2, 3 buttons. This is what I actually look like. Okay, this is my office. Behind me is a backdrop, and it's got a stand and everything. And then you've got bookcase over there, and you've got, it's busy, isn't it? It's distracting. And this is the default camera view if you don't download the software. The software is called Logitech Capture, and it allows you to look as you want to do on screen rather than how the camera sees you. So I can click 3 buttons, 1, 2, 3, and I'm back as I was. So do get the software, any camera. Logitech Capture controls the C920, 922, 925, 930, C270, and you've just been seeing the Brio. Okay, right, I'm going to go off full screen now, and that hopefully should bring us back. No, not to there. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to switch Nick's camera back on, which means that Nick and I should be on screen. We got there in the end. I need to bring the quiz back. Okay, and then we've got comments from Corinda. So Corinda is saying Jungle Book. Oh, yep. Dole. Right, okay. I think we've got Corinda's vote there. And Corinda is saying correct, and also saying he's bought a new webcam.
Ooh.
Corinda, you could actually open up a shop selling webcams. What have you bought now? What is it? And it works on the Microsoft Livecam. Okay, brilliant. Oh. Okay, if you let us know the model, that would be good. Okay, so we're going back to the quiz now.
Cool. So the quiz, and Barry has also said the Jungle Book. So this character is from which Disney movie? It's Mowgli. And was that the Jungle Book, A Bug's Life, Toy Story, or the Hunchback of Notre Dame? And I think we're all pretty much going to agree that it is Jungle Book. Mowgli. Was that the little boy?
It is, yeah. Let's go.
I always get him confused with the big bear.
Ah, no, that's somebody else. Scheherazade? I don't know. We don't know these films, do we? Okay, so question 3, and so far we've got 2 out of 2, so we're off to a good start. Quasimodo was a character in which of these films? The Hunchback of Notre Dame or Dame? Monster, because I've got to remember that we're broadcasting on Amazon Live, so Notre Dame. Monsters Inc., A Bug's Life, or 101 Dalmatians. Whilst we're pondering that, Nick, do you have something to show us?
Oh, I do, and I've popped it in the carousel right now. He has got it's got a little discount on it, but it's 5%, $379. But it's a camera that I'm actually looking at right now, and this is my favorite camera. This is the Mevo Start. It broadcasts in 1080 high definition. It allows you to broadcast directly because it's not just a camera, it's also a studio. So you can live stream directly to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, Vimeo, and because it's got RTMP, anywhere you like. So we could live stream directly onto Amazon as well, directly from this camera. And I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Dick, yes, so what? Well, the thing is, it's also wireless, totally wireless. So we can go anywhere. We can go live stream, use the data from our phones, use hotspots, and we can live stream anywhere we want to go. It is actually brilliant. It's got a 6-hour battery life. So I know it's very, very popular with you guys out there that are videoing and live streaming your kids' ball games. Super. I know there's a lot of people are using it to stream their church services as well, because as well as just this one camera, you can have a pack of 3 where you get a bigger discount, and that allows you to have 3 different camera angles. So what I'm going to be doing with the cooking show when I get another 2 cameras is I'll be able to have a camera above, a camera to the side, and a camera over the chopping board, and I can use it all, control it all, just using my phone. And this is the amazing thing. So apart from its 6-hour battery life, it's got a great built-in microphone. It's also got the brilliant thing, when you're out and about, you can put an SD card in it and it will make a recording as well. So if you're out and about and your stream goes haywire, maybe everyone's pinging the same phone tower, so you might get a little bit of interference, you've actually got a 1080 high definition recording direct from your camera, which is going to be absolutely solid. So you can take that to the bank. You've got a brilliant recording. Anything goes wrong, you're covered. Now, look at this. We can use it just with our hand. We can just slide across. Whee! and slide back. There you go. Do it properly. We can expand the frames in and out. Zoom in. Now on our extra little bits, we've got we can do a face tracking. So you can find the face. And go yellow, I think. Come on. Yeah, so look. So it's tracking me up and down. Now the camera's not moving, it's got a wide frame, and it can just track my face. So I'm always, if I've got that right if I've set it correctly in my phone, then that's always going to frame me exactly as I wanted. I'm actually going to turn it off because it can get a little bit disorientating when I'm trying to demo it. Let's get that down. Here we go. So go back there. So take off the tracking. That's all good. Now we also have here. We also got control over our audio as well. So we got full control. Hopefully you can see that a little bit. I know the light is a little bit in the way, but as well as the audio. Let's go there. Oh, no. Get it right. It's a bit. I often forget to tell people. So here we've got even more control over the camera, and don't forget, if you've got a set of 3, you've got the set of 3 software that you can do all of this with. So you've got different lighting, you can change the exposure, you've got white balance. You've actually got some preset filters that you can see. You can just press if you want to play around with them. And the thing is, we can have all these different things. You've got the exposure, you can have it on auto, but you can play around with it. You've got backlighting, everything that you can do with this brilliant camera. Now, the other thing, being a live streaming camera / studio, when we're in Be Live, and sometimes you'll see a little lower third, Stephen will put a lower third on, or as he was just demonstrating in the Brio, he had the slide there as well. You could do the same thing with this as well. You can, oops, why doesn't it like that? Oops, no. It doesn't like it. I would show you the the thing that you can have the different overlays, but I took that's an overlay and a half. But I took you do need the SD card in the Mevo Start to actually trigger the overlays. But you can do all those overlays that Stephen's showing here. We can do them in this Mevo directly from the camera, and again you can do it all live, totally wirelessly, wherever you are. So that's a really cool thing, and it's great because it just gives you something more visual. We can all do like a talking head, but let's be honest, if we're just doing a talking head, it can get a bit boring, so we want to change it around a bit. So I say it streams in 1080 high definition. Of course, we're on Amazon, so we're just doing 720, but it is absolutely a most fantastic camera. I've enjoyed using it so much. Now also it comes with a free 28-day trial of Vimeo as well. So that's another little bit like YouTube, but paid versions, and that allows us to do a whole load of other things. That's got way more access than I can go into on this show. But I think I could do a whole show just on how this camera that I'm looking at, this app and Vimeo all combined together. So I think I might do that during the week. But yeah, absolutely fantastic camera. It is brilliant. It is a great Sony lens. It's a f2.8, I think it is, and it's got a 76-degree field of vision. But I love playing with it. You can tell, I hope, through the screen, you can tell the quality of this camera. I've got another webcam coming up later on, but this one is just when you're spending a little bit extra money, you do get a whole big chunk of beautiful camera and kit. So if you're looking to live stream, if you're looking to live stream, your kids' sports, share those with everybody, then this is the little package to go for. Either one or get the pack of 3. That's my regret. That's my only regret, actually. I should have got the set of 3 when I was umming and ahhing about whether to just get the one, because having the set of 3 I think would be amazing. So there you go. That is it. The Mevo Start. It is $379.99 in the carousel right now. It's a beautiful
camera. Is 20. It is a beautiful camera. $20 saving, which is pretty darn good. All you do is press the link. Let's catch up with the comments, because there've been one or two coming in. Tracy said hello to us on Amazon, so I said hello to Tracy.
Hey,
showed that on screen. We're getting some answers coming in. So Barry's saying the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So you like it? So it's like the Live View Solo, Nick. The Mevo, is it like the Live View?
Live View. I'm not sure what Live View is, but
no, I've heard the name.
But the thing is, you can go. You can go live on your phone, but only to one destination, really, unless you're super clever like Stephen. But it's just to be able to do it multiple locations, all from the one camera. So simple. So
at that price, because if we look at competing products, the price is most definitely higher. I mean, we can mention the Y box, yellow box, which does similar, but is more expensive. Right, staying with Corinda, or the Mevo, I need one. Another camera, Corinda.
You can never have too many cameras, can you?
Do. And the quality is, well, Nick, can you answer to the quality?
Quality, the quality is awesome. And the thing is, because it's, if you've got an SD card in it as well, it will be recording in 1080 high definition, which is going to give you a super crisp high definition, which is beautiful.
So if you're broadcasting 720, you still get a 1080 recording. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And Corinda again, he needs to get that one. So Corinda, there's a special offer if you get 3 of them. Just click the link on Nick's profile first.
Get all 3. Get a set of 3, Corinda. You won't regret
it. Well, fortunately, Corinda is in Staines, which is near to Heathrow Airport, which is near to London. And therefore, if he did order, he would be ordering on Amazon UK. We don't have Amazon Live on Amazon UK yet. One day, who knows? Right, okay, back to the question then. And the question is, this is a character from which Disney movie? Quasimodo. Is it from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Monsters, Inc., A Bug's Life, or 101 Dalmatians? I think Barry gave us the answer, didn't he?
He did. I have to say, I'm very glad that Disney made so many films of books I've read. So it's definitely Quasimodo.
Right. Okay. And Nick, question 4.
Now then, here's a character from a Disney movie, Rapunzel. Is Rapunzel a character in Up, Pocahontas, A Bug's Life, or Tangled? Ooh. And as I was reading those 4, the one I was expecting wasn't there. I was like, oh, okay. So Rapunzel is a character in a Disney movie, Up, Pocahontas, A Bug's Life, or Tangled. Those are our options, guys. If you know it, please do pop it in the comments.
Right, I've got a problem here. Okay. Right, I go with the problem. Okay, I'm actually going to show you an Obspot PTZ camera. And the thing about the Obspot, well, first of all, I need to switch to it. I use the Obspot as a second camera, and this is it. This is the very Obspot Tiny that's down in the carousel at the moment. It is a PTZ camera, pan, tilt, and zoom, and it's on discount today. If I click it, you'll see it. And it does more than your ordinary camera. The Brio, which I showed you a moment ago, is static, but the Obspot is actually on a 2-axis gimbal, which means that it can move, as I'll show you in a moment, and it can move through 140 degrees. So we've looked at the Mevo, which was 78 degrees. We've looked at the Brio, which is 90 degrees. This is 140 degrees that you can actually look through. So quite a wide arc. Underneath, you've got the base, and then it's a USB-C connection into your PC or Mac. And I've got to say, I've got 2 Obspots because I'm so impressed by them. But the first thing that an Obspot can do is that it can go from the desktop to the garden Okay, so there's a view out the garden. It's got zoom, so I can actually zoom, 4 times zoom. It's 4K camera. Well, no, the one that's in the carousel isn't. So I've got to be careful here. The one in the carousel is actually the OBSBot. If you click on it, then you'll go to the OBSBot page, and yeah, this is not good. I'll give you a demonstration anyway, because these features are common. I'm going to come back to me. So you got with both OBSBots, you've got 3 presets that you can switch between quite readily. But the thing which makes the OBSBot stand out, as well as being 1080p 720p and having twin microphones and being, well, it's on a gimbal. And because it's on a gimbal, it means that I can press this button, hopefully. I was a bit nervous about this demonstration, but if I move backwards, because it's on a gimbal, just like Nick's Mevo, but not quite as expensive, I can, well, it's not got the same quality. It's a different camera. Okay, different camera, different purpose. But the thing is that the Mevo can track you, but so can the OBSBot. The OBSBot can watch you as you actually move around. And all the time, what it's actually doing is making sure that you're center of screen. Yeah, center of screen, and you have headroom. So if I move closer to the camera, it will actually adjust. Hopefully, I'm just wrecking my office. It'll adjust so I've got headroom. That's important. What you don't want to do is be broadcasting with top of your head missing. Don't ever do that. That's bad, especially on Zoom. So it can follow you around the room. And that means it's a dual purpose camera, because not only can you use it when you sat down, but you can use it to track movement as well. In addition to tracking my slow movement about the office, it actually has a fast tracking mode. So if you're tracking somebody doing a 100-yard race, then you can focus on them at the start and the camera will just track all the way through to the end. Well, I don't think you've got any friends who can actually do the 100 yards in 10 seconds. But even if you had, then the OBSBot is actually capable of tracking them. So it's just a joy to use. It's a fun camera. It's a serious fun camera. And as I say, it's down in the carousel today. I've got 2, and because they're so good. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to change the view. You see it's tracking me? I'm going to change the view to here. Let's look at the garden again. It's a bit of a windy day. Okay, so we're out in the garden. There's a live feed, not from my garden, you understand, but from my neighbour's gardens. And I'm going to come back.
Ooh, and I'm going to. A bit windy.
It is a bit windy, yeah. I mean, this is windy Wiltshire. We've got. I mean, it's not a cool breeze. It is a nice warm breeze. I mean, I went out the door this morning, as you do, to go into town, and it started to rain. And I thought, what do I do? Do I walk into town or do I turn back? I decided to go into town. So I went into town, and it's carried on spitting for about half an hour. But by the time I got back, it stopped and I dried out. So all's well that ends well. Okay, so
back to the quiz. Ooh. So this is a character from which Disney movie? Rapunzel. Was it Up, Pocahontas, A Bug's Life, or Tangled? And I can see Corinda is in the comments saying Tangled, sing along. So Rapunzel, I just remember Rapunzel, let down your hair. She was the girl or the princess up in a tower, wasn't she? And she had to let her hair down, and the prince came up and rescued her, I think. So I'm guessing the hair and the Tangled reference, and the fact that Corinda is saying Tangled, and he knows he's Disney.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so thank you, Corinda. And on question 5, I don't know. All right, okay. It's not up to me to answer it though. If we've got help from Corinda, and if you're watching, as you're watching on us Amazon Live, we'd like to say thank you for watching us live. This is Nick and Stephen. As if you've not guessed by now, we're both from England. We live about an hour away from each other, and we just enjoy going live on Mondays with the movie quiz from Trivia Plaza. So character is Lightning McQueen, and the possible answers are Cars, Pinocchio, Up, or Aladdin. And whilst we're pondering that, Nick, it's over to you.
Well, as we've been talking about cameras, it seems a shame to jump off that subject. So let me talk about my other little purchase I had a few weeks ago. And this is the Nexigo streaming camera, Nexigo, the N930 C. And this is a little cherub right here. It's $59.99, so we've got a 25% discount on this camera. Now, if you want, this is a really great getting started webcam. Not only does it come with its normal, tripod attachment, you can screw it into a tripod, but also, yes, you can sit it on the back of your Mac or your PC or your laptop, so it will sit there at pretty much eye level. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Loads of cameras do that, or webcams. But where I like this one is we can rotate, sitting on a ball. So we can actually rotate it through 360 degrees. I was going to say 180, that'd be half. No, a whole turn we can go around. It also leans forwards, leans backwards, and from side to side. So we've got full control over the angle of the camera. Now, this is this shoots in 1080 high definition. So you get some lovely crisp footage, and not only if you want to go live, but if you want to record yourself. So as we said earlier, with the lapel mic and one of these cameras, you can produce a course worthy of Udemy and teach what you know. That's a very, very sound piece of business advice, to be honest. Also, though, this has got a really good built-in microphone. It's actually a noise cancelling microphone, and it will reduce it by 90% of ambient noise. So I've not done a broadcast with just that, because of course we had the Yeti and the lapel mic and the crisp, but I'll have to do that during the week as a demonstration. But what I loved about this and why I bought it was we love light, and you see I'm well lit, but I always like to be even better lit. Some would say it's not such a good idea, but it's got a built-in ring light. So we have a 3 settings ring light. So wherever you are, if you want to live stream or got a webinar, if you've got a Zoom call, then you know you're going to be well lit. So you will look way, way better than anyone else on a call if you're better lit. So that's got a lovely little ring light, really powerful. Actually, if you're sitting there with it on level 3, I can guarantee you after about 5 minutes, if you switch it off, you're going to get those little blue lines right in front of your eyes. Really off-putting. But another great thing, and I know Stephen touched on this with the OBSBot Tiny, how it can rotate, and when it's off, it's off. No one can see. Well, you have to stick it on, which is quite cool. But it comes with its own little shutter. So you just slide it shut. And that way, if you've got it sitting on your Mac or your PC, and you've stopped live streaming or you've stopped your webinar, no one can, well, if someone hacked you, then you know that they couldn't see through your camera because you've got the little thing. So it is great. I mean, for that price, I have to say, I think it is absolutely amazing. Now, it also comes with an app. So download the app as well. That gives you control over your exposure, your white balance, your hue, your contrast, all the things you'd expect. Got some backlighting, again, exposure. The only thing that it doesn't, have, it's got autofocus, and you can't switch that off. So it's always going to be auto-focusing. But as I say, that is, for a starting little webcam to get yourself started, as you upgrade from your PCs or your Mac's built-in camera, built-in audio, then you've got super great 1080 high definition camera and noise cancelling audio all in the one thing, and ring light all in the one webcam. I just think it's amazing. Absolutely love it. And yeah, there's 25% off. So it's right now in the carousel under $60, $59.99. You'd be crazy not to have it. To be honest, I bought it because I wanted to give my other webcam away to my great nephew. We both went to the wedding last week and we didn't get a chance to swap it, so I've actually got that camera back right now. So I've still got my full quota of webcams, Corinda, you'll be pleased to know. But yeah, so I bought that as a replacement, and it is great. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So Anyone wants to get started? I thoroughly recommend that. That's the Nexigo NG930.
Brilliant.
Or M930.
Yeah, I actually managed to get that down in my carousel as well, Nick, which is good planning. And it's the same price, which is good. I mean, one of these days, we're actually going to get the same item, different prices. But not today. I'd like to say hello to Grant and to Roma, and we've said hello to Barry. So we're caught up now, and we're getting some answers in.
Ooh.
And Barry is saying cars, and Corinda.
Okay.
Well, that's very helpful. I remember this when I was 9, and I watched this. Right, so Corinda's actually watched it. Okay, so let's bring it full screen. Oh, we've got 2 votes there from Barry and Corinda. Are we okay with that?
I've got to go with that. I thought it was Kinky Boots, and that's not even on there.
Right, so cars it is. Correct. Well done, Corinda. Well done, Barry. And we're on to question number 6.
Oh, we're flying 100%. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so this is a character from which Disney movie? The character is Duchess, and the choice is Sleeping Beauty, Wall-E, The Lion King, or the Aristocats. And so the movie title character is Duchess, Sleeping Beauty, Wall-E, The Lion King, or the Aristocats. If you know the answer, please do pop it in the comments. But while you're thinking about it, pondering, then Stephen, what have you got in your carousel?
In my carousel, I have got quite probably the best mobile phone I have ever had the privilege to own. It is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. In other words, this is the flagship phone from Samsung. It's the best they've ever done, and it's the best I've ever had. This is it. This is I'm going to switch it on so you can actually see it working. If I can press the right buttons, yes. So there it is. There's my profile on Facebook to prove it. And if I scroll down a little bit and go here, yep, we're in luck. No, we're not. I thought we were live on my page for a moment. Just a minute. Let's just try again.
I'm sure we will be.
If you don't succeed, try again. Okay. Yeah, that's better. I just needed to refresh. Okay, so this is the phone, and that is me live on Facebook at the moment. You can see the quality of the picture that's actually on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And that's the first thing that impressed me, is the quality of the picture itself. I'm trying to get it with no reflections on it, but that is live, and it's about 20 seconds ago, which is the transmission and time to sort out. And all of a sudden, Amazon Live was woken up.
Hey!
We say hello to Tracy, and take Corinda's earlier comment. Shall we do James Bond? Too late, Corinda. That was about 40 minutes ago.
Love it.
Right, so it's taken 40 minutes, but it's got here. Okay, right. A Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. When you get it, you've got a choice of memory. It's either 512 gig or 256 gig, which this is. It's got an 8K camera and it's 8K video. So most cameras are 4K. This is 8K. It has an adaptable display resolution. Now, I was sat outside, not today, obviously, but I was sat outside in the glorious sunshine. And with the adaptive display, I was able to read the phone, which to me is absolutely brilliant. So I was able to scroll through the phone. I'm going to show you some pictures in a moment, but hopefully if I go here, wait a minute, if I go here, just a minute, I'm going to put the phone the wrong way up, okay, or right way up. The S22 has got the S Pen. Now the S Pen is wonderful, and I can click there, and hopefully this will work. Right, okay, we're off, just a minute. Okay, that was written live. Hello, Amazon. So there are about 7 different applications on the phone which you can use with your S Pen. And the beautiful thing about this is if you're in a meeting and your phone has to be switched off, you can still use the S Pen to take a note and save it, so that when you switch your phone back on, any notes you've made are already stored. So that's that. As far as lenses are concerned, on the back, we have 108 megapixels, 108. Amazing quality, 8K quality. We've got 3x zoom, 10x zoom. You don't need to worry about those. The lenses are selected automatically when you zoom in, either 3 or 10. And then you've got the nightography lens as well. This can take nighttime photographs which look as though they've been shot during the day. It is very high quality. The phone itself is 6.8 inches tall, and basically it's got an edge screen, okay, and it just works so perfectly. As far as taking pictures is concerned, if I switch Nick's camera off, sure he won't mind, and I go over here and bring this up on screen next to me, and I go off full screen, and we'll just hide the quiz again, okay, and go picture in picture. This is the nightography I was talking about a moment ago. This image was taken at 11 o'clock at night, and it was pitch black. I could not see a thing, but the camera saw this. I mean, obviously it's helped by the 4 small lights which are available on Amazon, but it took this photograph, which is, well, I am no photographer, but that came out, as we say in the UK, that came out rather well. Going backwards, this is where I live, which is Devizes. You can see the high street. I love the composition of this. You've got the cars parked on the left, double yellow lines, no parking in the centre, and then you've got the shop displaying its wares outside. Now, the thing is, if you've got the 8K copy of this image, you can actually zoom right in to the end of, I'm pointing, that's not much good, is it? You can't see me pointing. You can zoom in to the top of the street, and you can actually see the faces of the people who are stood at the top of the street.
Wow.
Okay, let's go back one further. Okay, this is the Crammer, which is in Devizes, where I live, just around the corner from me. This is a home to mallard ducks and, well, wildfowl from all around the world. Behind the left side tree is St. James's Church, which is our local church. And then the workers' cottages, although not workers' cottages anymore, they are desirable residences. And the next photograph taken with this camera is in our garden, and we have planted wildflowers, and they came into bloom, full bloom this year. I just love the quality of the colours. Okay, and this was a bit earlier in the year when we just planted, and then I'm going to go back to the last photograph I'm going to show you. And this is my partner, Angelica. And this was taken when we were at Birdland, which is in the Cotswolds in the UK, which Nick drove through or passed when he went up to Yorkshire and Lancashire. And Angelica knows that I'm actually showing her photograph, so all well and good.
Okay. Oh, that's okay.
Okay, so back to me. Oh, you spotted the penguins then, didn't you? I wasn't quick enough. The purple, they're not purple, but they are penguins. And as you can see, this is just before feeding time. 5 out of 6 are asleep. 1 knows that there's food on the way. And I just love the photograph itself. So that's the quality of the photographs. The video, the S22 has got a built-in stabilizer, which means you can take super steady video using it. And I'll show you. Nick and I are live today, and we're glad that you joined us, but we're also live during the week. I'm live at 11 a.m. Eastern every day, and we go into more depth then because we've got the movie quiz with us today. So that's a taster, and this is the best phone that I've ever had, and it's back to 3 of us on screen. Hopefully this will work.
Me, nope, you, and the penguins.
I need to switch your camera on and hide the penguins and go side by side. What's not to love about penguins? Bring the quiz back in.
Oh, we love a penguin. Okay, so let's have a look then. So what are we doing here? So the character from which Disney movies? The Duchess is a character, and is she a character in Sleeping Beauty, Wall-E, The Lion King, or the Aristocats? So if anyone knows, please do pop the answer in the comments. if I was pushed to guess,
yeah,
I think it's the Aristocats.
Right. Okay. I don't have a clue, so I'm going with you. Well played, Nick. Which brings us on to question 7. Tinkerbell is a character from which Disney movie? Peter Pan, A Bug's Life, Brother Bear, or The Hunchback of Notre Dame? I think it's possibly not The Hunchback of Notre Dame, but that's just a clue. If you do know the answer, then please type it on Facebook or YouTube or on Amazon Live. Watching live on Amazon Live, thank you very much. And Nick, what delight do you have for us next?
Well, I'm going to talk to you about the Tp-Link Deco. Now, I have one here, but these are amazing. Now, if you're anything like that I have here, we've got a lovely proper brick-built house. So the walls are lovely and thick, but that does rather knacker your Wi-Fi, unfortunately. You know, Wi-Fi struggles to go through brick walls when it's just a normal router or router. So what do? Well, I wanted to live stream in my kitchen. So, but unfortunately the router was in the lounge, big wall in between, the connectivity was super low. So anyway, who do I call? I call my excellent good friend Stephen Healy and say, how do I fix this, Stephen? And Stephen said, you need a Tp-Link Deco system. And my goodness, he's absolutely right. Now, I am notoriously bad at setting up anything even remotely technical. I'm a point and shoot guy. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I kind of give up. So I was a little bit nervous when this set of 3 came. And I have to say, they got a lovely little discount in the carousel right now, $169.99. When these 3 came along, I thought, oh gosh, how do I make them work? I opened up the box and it just said, scan the app on your phone, so either Android or iPhone, scan the app, download the app, and that will talk you through the setup. Now, I'm old school. I would rather have had a little book of instructions I could follow. No matter. We had to go do the things. Well, it was so simple. First of all, it takes you through the app. You just sign up with an email address and a password, and then it allows you to get started. Now, super simple. You just get the little cable. I haven't got one to hand, but it comes with a little Ethernet cable, and not on this one because this is totally wireless, but in the one next to the router that you plug in, you plug it from the router into the Tp-Link Deco, and that will go and find itself. Yeah, I can't believe it. It just did it. It just found itself, flashed blue for a while, then it goes lovely and white, so you know it's all on, and it finds itself. That's it. It's that simple. And so once you've done one, then on the app, it asks you kind of like, what are the, and this is not technical, but basically it shows you a couple of pictures of what your house might look like. So is it 1 story, 2 stories, etc. And then it gives you guidance as to where to put the other 2. Now, obviously, I put, hey, Dr. Illo, we'll be seeing you later. I put mine in the kitchen and the other one here up in my office. And again, all I had to do was just plug it in, switch it on, and it just found the next network. So it created this brilliant, fast network as well. So it is now all over the house. Everything streams really fast. It is, you have so it's your own network. So you give it your own password. I've got 7 devices attached to this network. I can have 100. So I've still got 93 devices to go before it gets anywhere near its capacity. So it is absolutely phenomenal. I know, Stephen, you probably know more about how these things work than I do, but it just builds a new, fast, high-speed network off the router that you've already got. It is so clever. So if you've got any dead spots in your house and you want to cure yourself, get one of these. Well, get 3 of these. And if you've got a really big house, then get more, because you can just add more on and it will just automatically find themselves. So you can have 3, you can have 2. If you click it on the carousel, there's a whole raft of different options that you can have a look at. 3 seem to do the trick for me. It is absolutely brilliant. I cannot tell you how happy I am. The kitchen is Wi-Fi heaven. So yeah, the connectivity is super amazing, absolutely incredible. And again, it is so simple to use. Everything just found itself, and then you just add different. You just connect all your different devices. Now, what's interesting is that sometimes you forget you've got more Wi-Fi devices than you actually thought you had. So when I was stuck at 6 the other day, I'd forgotten about the printer. When I went to print something off, yeah, it was on. It was on the old-fashioned network. It wasn't on my new super high-speed network. Sorted that out in a trice. So yeah, just remember anything that's got a Wi-Fi capability, then you can set it up. It is absolutely brilliant. So thank you, Stephen, for a great top tip. For one, solved my problem. Yeah, so it's 25% off in the carousel right now. So now is the time. I think it's Labor Day in the States, isn't it? So now is the time. Labor Day, get out there, sort your black spots out or your dead spots, and get your Tp-Link Deco. That absolutely brilliant. So simple, yet, and that's what I love about it. So simple, does what it's supposed to do, zero fuss, happy bunny. And you've got it, you can control it all with the app on your phone. So absolutely brilliant. Oh, there's something on the app, it will do a diagnostic as well. So I totally forgot to do that initially. And then it just flagged up, said, oh, do you want to, what's the word I'm looking for? It homes everything in.
Right.
And makes it all good. Gotcha. So yeah, so I did that and it did that. Can't think of the word. But
yeah. Nick is broadcasting using the TP-Link, and if I move the camera out the way, there you are. I've got the TP-Link too.
Yeah,
absolutely
we're the
brilliant.
TP-Link twins.
Indeed. So we're both using it. We're both wireless, and it's just working, and our signal is good. So there you have fantastic. It. What more can you ask for of a system?
That's the thing.
Right,
gone are the days where you used to have a blooming great big cable in every room to make it all work. Beautiful wireless, wonderful.
Yeah, no cable anywhere. Tinkerbell is in which film? Peter Pan, A Bug's Life, Brother Bear, or The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I'm guessing. Well, Barry's had a guess as well. He's guessing Peter Pan. It's Peter Pan. Yeah.
Peter Pan from Dr. Elo. Peter Pan from Barry. So all good. It was so good that Ephraim, Dr. Elo, said it twice. So Peter Pan it is. Let's go for Peter Pan then.
Yay.
Right, question 8, Nick.
Oh, no pressure, but we're 100% so far. So question 8, this character is from which Disney movie? Ariel. Is Ariel the Little Mermaid? Is Ariel in Cars? The Jungle Book? Or Ratatouille? Or Ratatouille, as some people might like to call it. So yeah, Little Ariel, Little Mermaid, Cars, The Jungle Book, or Ratatouille. Dr. Elo's had a guess already. He knows he's Disney, that man. But Stephen, what have we got in our carousel?
Right, we're going to talk about, we talked about the mobile phone a moment ago, and we said that it's got a stabilizer in it, but you can get even more stable if you use what's down in the carousel at the moment, which is a DJI OM5 from DJI, and it comes in a carrying bag, which is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so it's DJI. And if you're taking mobile video and you want to put that video on YouTube for other people to watch, then you don't want to have the situation where you're taking images using your phone like that and you're holding it. You don't want to drop it. Okay. The other thing is that you want to keep steady. Now, as you're walking, you won't notice it, but your camera is going up and down. Okay. And that means that the resulting video will be going up and down too, which could make it unwatchable, which is where a gimbal comes in. A beautiful word. And I'm going to show you what a gimbal is. I'm going to show you one of the best gimbals, which is down the carousel. It's on discount today, $129. And this is a difference between, this is the difference between amateur and semi-professional, in that you can use this gimbal to get super steady video. And It just simply works. Now, this is it. Now, it's so small. They've shrunk. I've been using gimbals for years. I mean, I've got another gimbal down in the carousel. And just give me a moment. That gimbal is this one. Now, I'm not going to say its name, but it did me for 3 years. But it's so big, whereas this one is smaller. And it just fits in your rucksack, and you can take it out and about. Now, as far as the gimbal is concerned, you just unlock it. Okay, stage 1. Stage 2, that's it. The gimbal is now ready for use. So put the gimbal down for a second. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. You can use a gimbal statically, but we'll not do that. We're actually going to have moving images. We're going to make a movie. And you have a clamp. And this is the clamp. Now, the clamp has got a magnet. Wait a minute. None of our coins have got metal in them, Nick. You're lying to us. Okay, you've got a magnet. A demonstration of a magnet. It's a very strong magnet. I have to want to slide that coin off. So the DJI OM5 is an improvement on the OM4 for the very reason that this is now a very powerful magnet. Now you take your mobile phone there, you turn it the right way up, always helps, and you then put the clamp on like so. Okay, the clamp's now on. So it takes seconds to put the clamp on. Then you take your gimbal and you put your phone on the gimbal. Simple and straightforward to do, except when you're demonstrating live on air, in which case you may make mistakes. Okay, so the gimbal and the phone are now connected, and all you need to now is switch the phone on, and you can take beautiful videos, steady videos. Because the thing about a gimbal, I was trying to disconnect the phone. If you're holding your camera like so, then you're restricting what you can do, because a gimbal, especially this gimbal, has got a selfie stick built in. So you can go up high, you can go down low, you can go to the left, you can go to the right. So this means that your camera can shoot more than you can by just holding it. And that's the beauty of a gimbal. Gimbals are not expensive. The one down in the carousel turns you from an amateur video maker into a semi-professional video maker. Just a touch of a gimbal, you can make very professional videos. I'm live on Amazon Live 11 a.m. Eastern every day, but at weekends I don't broadcast live at weekends, apart from when I'm out and about with my mobile phone, which is Samsung S22 Ultra. It's down in the carousel, and my DJI OM5 gimbal. The combination of the two makes for semi-professional video. I just enjoy using it. It's so simple to operate. I mean, it's just basically one switch to switch it on. That's it, and you're away, and you can go and shoot video. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the studio now, and we've got a couple of comments which we can take. First comment is Little Mermaid. Ephraim, thank you. And the next comment from Ephraim is, I'm definitely buying one to take to the People of Video conference representing Be Live. Brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Yes. And the next one, Nick and Stephen can sell ice to an Eskimo. Well,
high praise indeed.
Thank you. And thank you for your compliment. And over to Barry. And Barry is saying Little Mermaid. So let's put that full screen. And are we agreeing with Little Mermaid, Nick?
This is a Little Mermaid, isn't it? All day long.
All right. Now, that's 8 out of 8 correct.
Hey, we're doing good.
Which brings us to question 9. The character is John Smith, and the options are Pocahontas, Finding Nemo, Little Mermaid, or Peter Pan. Now, don't let it put you off. We've already had 2 of those, because we know from experience, because we've been doing this for quite a while, that sometimes they try to lead us on. Right, now, Nick is here with his final item of today.
I am, and it's in the carousel, and I know You know, Stephen waxed lyrical about his Samsung phone earlier, and it is a beautiful, beautiful phone, no question about it whatsoever. But I always, if you're a Mac, oh sorry, if you're an Apple man, you're gonna be an Apple iPhone man. It's very difficult to make that transition from Android to Apple, but once you do, then it's very difficult to then transition back from Apple to Android, just because of the connectivity between all the different Mac devices. But this is the iPhone 12 Pro. It is my favorite iPhone of all time. It is also the biggest selling iPhone of all time, I think I'm correct in saying. What makes this iPhone so special is a couple of things. One, it has got an amazing camera. It's the first iPhone that had optical zoom as well as digital zoom. So it's got a telephoto lens, 2 times zoom in, 2 times zoom out, so it's 4 times zoom, plus your 10 digital, which is awesome in one thing. It shoots in 4K ultra high definition. It is ultra wide and standard. It will do slow-mo with 240 frames per second, I think it is. That is in 1080 high definition. It is just brilliant for photography, for videography, for live streaming, because when we go live streaming on Amazon, we need an iOS device. And so I use this, well, I'll tell a lie, today I'm using the iPhone 6s Plus, but normally I will be using my iPhone 12 Pro. One of the things I love about it is that it's got a thing called LiDAR on, which is a scanner. It's constantly pinging out light so that it can actually see how far away things are. That allows it to take some super low light video and photography. It is so crisp. It's got an enhancer. It's got this AI chip in it that enhances everything as well. So it's this crisping function. Now, also, if you're into your photography, little known thing is because it's not standard, you go into your camera settings and you switch it to edit in RAW. That gives you full control over everything, but it's not, people don't really know that. You have to dig into the camera to find out. That's a bit of a game changer if you're into all of that. Also, I love it because it is a fast charger, so it can charge up just over 60 minutes. I can drain the battery right down, and I normally do to 1 or 2%. Then I plug it in, it's charged up in an hour's time, good to go. That's great for battery life, all the time that Apple don't then make a iOS change which will knacker your battery anyway. But so you've got to do everything you can to keep your battery good. So we can get reconditioned iPhone 12 Pros now for $600 and I just pressed the wrong button. $650 for a phone which, when it came out, what, 2 years ago, was $1,500 to $2,000. So that's the great thing about Apple. They constantly introduce new product, and that allows us to get the previous products at a much better price. There was no real difference between this phone and the iPhone 13. Basically, iPhone 13 just allowed you to do something with a couple of presses of buttons, which you can actually do with this phone. Now, it also, yes, you can also phone, you can scroll your social media, pick up your emails, do everything like that. But it'll also track for 5G as well. We're in the UK, so Stephen and I have the pain of having to use 3G and 4G, and we just hope one day that 5G will actually work, which will give us that super connectivity. But it will track it. So if it is in a 5G area and you're on a 5G contract, it will find that 5G for you. Now, as well as having a brilliant camera, it's also got an ultra high definition screen as well. So we're all Amazon Prime customers, I'm sure. If you're not, why not? You should be, because not only will you get all your deliveries for free, but you get access to Amazon Prime movies, TV, things that are shot in 4K ultra high definition and high definition. And if you're going to watch it, stream it onto your phone. This is an ultra high definition screen. It's got some crazy amount of nits in it. I can never know what a nit is, and it's a 2 million to 1 ratio, whatever that is. But yeah, so this is the iPhone 12 Pro. You say you can get them really in that carousel now for $650. It's great. I love it. You can get a nice cover for it. It's got, oh yeah, wirelessly charges as well. Yeah, it is great. Actually, very quickly, one of the things one of the things when I was talking about the purple Panda, one of the things is I would always recommend you buy to go with it is this is a lightning cable. They're about $10. That just slides in there. That allows you to either put your old headphones in, or more importantly, that allows you to then put in the microphone jack through the lightning port, which meant that this little microphone did a brilliant job with this phone when I was on the windy northern territories of the UK in West Yorkshire, where it was very windy. So yeah, great phone and great price. So
yeah, Lancashire versus Yorkshire. Right. Okay. Can't beat it. And right, we're doing well on the quiz, Nick. I mean, this is extraordinary. We've beaten last week's score. We've got 8, and we've just got 2 to go, and we've got some help. Barry's saying Pocahontas.
I have no idea. Is the
I think it's safe to agree with Barry and say that John Smith was a character in Pocahontas.
Yeah, Dr. Elo is saying Pocahontas too. So,
question 10. I'm still waiting for my Amazon delivery. They keep moving the time.
Yeah, he's probably chucked it over the fence. That's what. No, mine doesn't do that at all. Okay, the last question, guys. This is for our 100% today. If you know the answer, please do pop it in the comments. This character is from which Disney movie? Elastic Girl. I have no idea. Is that from Toy Story, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Incredibles, or Beauty and the Beast? Elastic Girl?
Yeah, I got to say, we've got a quandary here because neither Nick or I have ever heard of the character. And if you've not heard of the character, it makes it very difficult to choose which film. So, Ephraim and Barry, we need your help. Corinda, if you're around, we need your help. Dearie me.
What have you got for us, Stephen? What are you finishing off with?
Right, the last item in today's broadcast is something that Nick's already talked about, and that's the importance of sound. We know that if our picture is fuzzy, then people will just listen, and the listening is important. Now, I'm broadcasting to you today on the Elgato Wave 3 microphone down in the carousel, but I don't want to talk to you about that. What I want to talk to you about is this.
You tease.
If I can find it. I found it. Right, okay. It is. If I hold it the right way up, that always helps. It is the PowerDewise lapel microphone. This is an alternative to the one Nick showed you, but it shows how important lapel microphones are. This is capable of adding sound to your mobile video. And I'm a Udemy instructor, and Udemy said to me, you've got 2 choices, because we know Udemy, they are the largest online course retailer in the world. And if you go to Udemy, you type in a topic, you can buy a course, get lifetime access to it for $50, for $50. But what you do want is you want the sound to be good. Now, Udemy turned around to all instructors, this is about 4 or 5 years ago, and said you've got 2 choices as far as sound is concerned. You can basically soundproof your office, which means putting egg cartons all the way around your office to dampen the sound so there's no echo, no reverberation. Wish I could say that word, reverberation. There you go. But they wanted quality sound, because the thing is that if you are buying and paying $50 for a course, you want quality. Video is not a problem, because we've got the C920X, we've got the Brio, we've got the Elgato, we've got the Mevo, but you need decent sound. Now, you could spend $150 and probably $1,000 on soundproofing your office, but at the price that this is down the carousel, I decided to go with this. And this is how I recorded all my Udemy classes. And they got passed, and 15,000 people have actually taken part in the courses. So 15,000 students have spoken and said, your course is good. So let's have a look at the unit itself. And I'd hid it, but I've just found it. Okay, it is the PowerDewise, the Pearl microphone. And it says on here, words can change lives, record them perfectly. And that's what this microphone does. It's its only job in life, is to record things perfectly. So let's take it out of its case. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I get something with a cable on it, the cable gets utterly tangled. So I've tried with this. It's got a cable tie on it, but I've tried with this. There's the microphone, and basically it's got a cover on it to protect it and to help with the sound, and it's got a crocodile clip. And as Nick said earlier, just to show that I can do it as well, I'm going to click the crocodile clip and attach it, and there you can see, there it is. That's what you need to do. Okay, you don't have to do anything else. Now, second thing is that I had lapel microphone for years. I love lapel microphones because I do a lot of mobile video. And the problem that I came up with when I got my super Samsung Galaxy S22, as Nick alluded to, is that there is no audio socket on here, which means that it won't fit. So in addition to the lapel microphone, you just need this little gadget, which Nick's got his version. This is my version. This is down in the carousel. And basically you plug into here, and then you can plug the USB-C into your phone. I've tested it. It works perfectly. Nick tested his earlier this week. A lapel microphone can save you a lot of hassle, and it can give you pretty good sound because you're acting as a sound absorber. Your body is the sound absorber. So whilst you can hear the sounds around you, your voice is the first sound that's heard. So when I go out shooting video, I actually narrate every video. Practice beforehand, but then I go to Stonehenge, talk about Stonehenge. I go to the Courts Garden, talk about the Courts Garden. I go to Salisbury, which is where we're headed this weekend. And using this microphone with this little gadget, whatever, I can record near perfect sound, and people actually watch the videos on YouTube, and that's probably about it, really. I mean, microphone is a microphone, but the quality of the sound is the thing. So we are back to question 10, which I'm going to put full screen.
Okay, it's Elastigirl. Is she a character from Toy Story, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Incredibles, or Beauty and the Beast? And I would say by process of elimination, I've actually seen Toy Story. And I recall her being in that. Hunchback of Notre Dame, read the book. She wasn't in that, unless I missed it. And I don't think Elastigirl would be in Beauty and the Beast. So I'm guessing, and Dr. Elo is saying The Incredibles. I'm guessing it would be The Incredibles, but I've never seen it. There was me saying earlier, I'm so glad Disney made so many films of books I've read.
Right, so Ephraim, Dr. Elo is agreeing too. So this no pressure, but this is for 10 out of 10, which means I've got to press the right button. And thanks to our friends, we can say the answer is The Incredible, which gives us an amazing excellent 10. The average score is 8.88. 189,880 people have played. Well, they may have played, but we're one of the few combos to actually get every single answer right. Good. Go team.
Yeah, fantastic. Well done, guys. Thank you all for your help.
Oh yeah, it's definitely teamwork. Teamwork wins every time. And thank you to everybody who's actually helped us today. Nick, it's over to you.
Oh, guys, well, listen, thank you as always for joining us on a Monday. Steen and I are going to be back, as well as Ephraim and Dr. Elo, a little later today with the Be Live show at 6:30 UK time, 1:30 Eastern. But we live stream every day. So until next Monday, or if you want to catch us beforehand, please do stay safe. We're back same time next Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the UK. And please do have a good look around our carousels before you go.
From the UK, this is Nick and I saying goodbye till next week. And thank you to Barry, Corinda, and Ephraim for helping score 10 out of 10. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Wow.